So I'm going to show you how to publish a book for paperback on Amazon KDP. So the first thing that you do is when you've already logged into your account and selected the paperback option, you'll arrive at this dashboard right here. So what is required on the language, you choose English. On the book title, you enter your book title. And if you have a subtitle, you key it in there. And then if it's a series, you can add it to a series. If you've published others that are, this is an addition to the series, you just put it right here. And then edition number, you can write any edition number if it's maybe the second edition of this title. All right. So you can just come and maybe put edition 2 or 3 or whatever. And then the author, you write your author name right there. And if you have any other contributors to your book, you can just also add them right here. And then on the description, this is where now you can use Cloud or ChatGPT to put a description right here. Okay. So you just write a description about what your book is all about. So you'll then come now right here, the publishing rights. And since it's your book, you just select on the copyright and hold necessary publishing rights. And then on the primary audience, because it's not sexually explicit for this book that you're uploading, you'll just select no. Okay. If it is sexually explicit, then you'll select yes. And then you'll put a minimum age and a maximum age that you want. Then you'll now, the primary marketplace, you choose Amazon.com. But in the drop down, there are many, but Amazon.com is okay. So this one will distribute it to the others. And then on the categories, you have to choose 3 categories. Okay. So you just go over there at here, you'll see add categories. And then you'll just add all the categories that are required for you in this. So like right here, you see there are 3 categories and we've already added 3 categories to this book. So once you've added the 3 categories, then you say, if you don't know the categories, then you can just use Cloud or ChatGPT to just do that, all right? And then on the keywords, also Cloud or ChatGPT will help you based on the content of the book and the title that you give it. So I've already input like the keywords right here for this particular book. And then the publication date, if you want to publish it right now and you want the date and the release date, the publication date and the release date to be the same, you just select this, which I recommend you do that. And then on release date, if it's supposed to be released immediately right now, or you schedule it, you can do that. So we're going to select release my book for right now. Okay. And then we'll save and continue. So this is the second part of the process. So what you do here, right here, is ISBN number. So for you to have an ISBN number then. So an ISBN number is a unique ID retailers, okay, for libraries and distributors to use to search and identify your book. All right. So it's just like a unique ID for that particular book. So it's good to apply for the free one that Amazon gives you. Okay. And if you also have your own, you can just add your own. But in this case, you select this one. And then the print options, they have various print options right here. And the one that you select, depending on whether you want it black and white or colored, it also impacts on the prices, all right, that you will have to pay for or that the client will have to pay. All right. So the more the premium color and all these ones are more expensive than the black and white. And the type of papers that are used mostly are these one, cream and white. All right. And then there's this groundwood. So for this case, you're selecting black and white interior with the white paper. And then on the trim side, you select the height and width that you want the book to be. So for us, we want it to be 8.5 by 11 inches. Okay. But on the drop down, there are very many right here. All right. So the one that we've selected, which is the standard one, is 8.5 by 11 inches. That's also the size of our book. And then the bleed settings, it's no bleed, and then paperback is matte. Then this is where now you'll upload the manuscript. Okay, so this manuscript should be in form of maybe PDF, docx, or a doc, and then HTML and RTF. All right. So those are the ones that are allowed here. So right here, I'm going to upload a new manuscript that I downloaded from that we've been given. So I normally use this designer. It's a software that you use and you can purchase it for about $27 for the lifetime use. So it's called Designer. And right here, once this happens, you'll just publish it. So there were some few changes that I wanted to make on the book. So I've already made them. Then now you just need to press on publish. Okay. And then this, we want to publish it as the PDF. And then the title is the prosperity mindset. And then the author is Desiree William Sport. So with the longer projects, PDF creation may take up to 30 minutes to complete. All right, we'll email you when it's finished. So you just press continue. And then we'll wait for it. All right. So once it's done, we'll return so that we can continue. So it's published. Check your email for details. So let's go right here. Designer. Here it is. Says that the email is so we want our PDF file. So below access, so you just click for the PDF file. Okay. So this is all about it. Then we come right here and download it. So we'll download it. Let's say okay, we can even download it on the desktop version. Okay, the prosperity mindset. Then we click save. So it is saved. So we come back to our manuscript right here and we upload it right here. Then upload, open. So we wait for it to upload. Save successful. So we'll have to wait for it also to continue like processing the whole thing. And then we can come right here at the cover. Right, you see it's processing the file. So we can come here at the cover and also upload the cover. All right. So upload a cover that you already have, which is print ready PDF. All right. So this is what we choose. And then if you have your own barcode, you'll select this. Otherwise, you'll just leave it. You'll leave it blank so that they put their own barcode. So we are going to upload the cover. Just a minute, I copied, exported it. So this is the cover. Oh, we're supposed to export it as a PDF. And the size, if you want to select the size for this book actually. You can come and check this guide right here. All right. Then you look at the settings right here. So this is how it's supposed to be. Okay. So that it guides you. So this is what informed how I designed this. So you just come right here. And then there's these safe areas that they have. So you just have to study this so that you understand which one it is. So we come here to the cover calculator. And then so that it calculates the actual size that we need for our cover. So the binding type, it is a paperback. Interior type, it is black and white. And then the paper type is white paper. And then reading direction is left to right. And then measurement units, it's in inches, since it's 8.5 inches by 11 inches. And then interior trim size is 8.5 by 11, this one here, by 11 inches, okay? Page count, you remember our page count was about 204, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 204. Okay, so you just come right here, 204. And then you press calculate dimensions. So it will give you the dimensions. So the full dimensions right here should be 17.709 by 11.25. So you can do this on Canva or you can do this on Photoshop. So for me, I'm just gonna use Photoshop to show you how this came by. So you just come, you select a new canvas, and then the size that we've been told on the width, when you go back to the width, is 17.709. 17.709. Where are you? Photoshop. 17.709 inches. Remember, it's inches by 11.25. So this for the full cover. That's what we want, 11.25. So you go 11.25, right? So the orientation, of course, it's landscape, and then pixels per inch and all that. So we create that, and then we'll select the whole of this, all right? So that we bring it to the new dimensions right here. All right. So there's this background color field that we'll also have to copy. Or alternatively, you can just come right here and put a black solid color, black on the background, so that we do away with the white and it still blends nicely with our color. All right. So since that is it, let's just look at and just redo it a little bit. And then now it's our time to export this. So we export it, or we have to export it as a PDF, right? PDF. So this, that's it. So save it on the desktop. The gross parity. prosperity mindset. Yeah, cover. So these compressions, we just leave it out. That this one you can just put it at medium and save. So that is saved. So we come back to our KDP right here. Then we upload it. Here it is. So since this we don't have the barcode yet, that's why we have left this blank. So this one it has already processed and it's now done successfully. So let's wait for the cover to also load up. All right. So when it does this, it also has these other one processing. So AI generated content. If you use the AI, you select, if you use the AI, you select yes, and there's no penalty on these. Okay. So on the text, you can say there's some here, you can say some sections with minimal or no editing. You can say some sections with extensive editing. Or if it's entire work, you just be like very, um, very open to them about it. So you can just select no if you didn't. And then once this is done, processing, we can come and then we do some launch preview here. So from here, we'll be able to see if there's any adjustments that we need to make on the book or on the cover. Okay. So if there's any adjustments, we come here to designer and then we just adjust from here. And normally they will tell us the pages that need adjustments. Okay. So once that's done, we just come right here and then we adjust, we make the adjustments. So let's wait for it to process. It's done processing and this is it. So we can preview, launch preview. So as you can see, the cover is okay. It has some recommendations that we can check out right here. So check these pages to confirm that your book still appears as intended. So this still looks good. Select approve. So once that is approved, that is now okay. So we just go to the pricing, right? So this is your printing cost. This is what it will cost to print the book. All right. It's $4. So if you're going to order your author book or author copy, then you'll pay $4.47. Yeah. Save and continue. We are going to the pricing now. So territories, we're right here, the pricing, the rights and pricing. Territories, this is okay, all territories. And then the primary marketplace, as you had selected before, is um, um, Amazon.com. Then pricing, royalties, and distribution. So this is where now we start. So because our printing cost is $4.47, so we can just come here. They will even guide you, right? So a minimum that you can put here is 8.94, and the maximum is $250. So